Well, good morning. Tech isn't the problem. Disengagement is. And the subtitle of Why Deep Reading Alone Won't Save Us and Why Audiobooks and Conversation Might. Hi, it's Al Ohm again. Imagine a child, functionally illiterate, struggling with every form of dyslexia, visual, phonological, attentional. Now imagine that same child, now an adult, has taught themselves to read, think, write, and understand better than most graduate students. That's me. And I didn't do it by fighting technology. I did it by embracing it. The red herring, blaming the tech. Maryanne Wolf warns us that digital media is destroying our capacity for deep reading. Mark Manson echoes this, drawing on her second book, Reader Come Home. Jonathan Haidt doubled down on it for years, until recently. Even now, he admits he was wrong to blame tech itself. The real problem is how we engage with it, or the lack of engagement. Temple Grandin, another thinker who understands neurodivergent better than most, put it simply. It's not about the medium, it's about the engagement. So the false return to reading movement. Wolf and Manson suggest we rebuild attention by going backwards, carving out thousands of hours to retrain kids to deep read physical books. That's a luxury most kids with learning difficulties don't have. For many of us, books were never accessible in the first place. The idea that attention is vanishing is a myth. We see millions engaging in multi-hour podcast episodes, deep YouTube lectures, even long-form streaming debates. Focus isn't dead. It's been redistributed. The better path. Tech as a bridge, not a barrier. The solution isn't to wage war on tech, but to design better engagement with it. Audiobooks are the single most underutilized educational tool of our time. Let me say that again. Audiobooks are the single most underutilized educational tool of our time. They offer cognitive access for all, especially for dyslexic and neurodivergent learners, narrative immersion for those bored by textbooks, or even just plain and simple anything. I was talking to the wife. Take a look at someone who's reading a work cold versus a dramatic reading. That just automatically engenders focus. And it can be a bridge to reading, not a replacement for it. I've talked about this. My audiobook use has made me love reading more because it also made it easier for me to read physical books and even ebooks. So audiobooks are not dumbing us down. They're waking people up. In fact, listening trains focus and comprehension in many of the same brain regions as reading. And when combined with conversation and context, they're a gateway to flow, curiosity, and understanding. So the real literacy crisis. What we're facing isn't a reading crisis. It's an engagement crisis. We don't need to go backwards to fix it. We need to teach people how to find meaning in content, how to reflect, discuss, and apply what they hear and read. This is especially true for the 20 to 40, maybe even as many as 80% of students who don't thrive in traditional literacy models. For them, audiobooks and spoken words are not optional. They may very well be essential. So my story, our future. I didn't learn to read in school. I didn't succeed because I was taught well. I succeeded because I figured out how to learn despite the system. So thank you for joining me.